This is Plant-Based Briefing, Dear Farmer, Part 2 by Jordi Casamitjana at VeganFTA.com. I'm Marian Erickson. This is the curated content plant-based podcast where I narrate a variety of articles on plant-based and vegan living with permission in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. But this article was longer than that, so it's a two-parter. I read the first half yesterday, so go back and listen to that first so that this one will make sense, and then jump back in here for part 2. And now let's get to today's plant-based briefing. Dear Farmer, Part 2 by Jordi Casamitjana at VeganFTA.com. You can see reality better than others can, so by now I'm sure that you've already understood that the time of the farming of animals is coming to an end, and the transition from animal-based to plant-based agriculture is inevitable. I don't have to tell you about how unsustainable animal agriculture is, not just environmentally, but also economically. You've seen it with your own eyes. You know better than anyone else that without subsidies, it can no longer go on. And you must be aware that the subsidies go to where politicians chosen by the people want them to go, and this is changing too. You know how much talk there is about the current climate crisis, deforestation, pollution, animal welfare, and the loss of biodiversity. And you know you hold the key to the solution to these global problems. You know that an increasingly larger percentage of the population is concerned about animal and environmental issues, and their pressure on politicians to do something about them is increasing. That something politicians must do will take different forms. Yes, one of them is changes in energy production and the promotion of alternatives to fossil fuels. Yes, another one will have to do with transport and switching to electricity. Yes, another will have to do with recycling and moving away from plastics. However, one of the essential measures to take is to address the problem of the current unsustainable and destructive agriculture system. And this one can no longer be pushed to the bottom of the queue. Sooner or later, the subsidies on animal agriculture will decline so significantly that you will have to make a decision. You will have to adapt, as you have always done, and change. Why wait? Why reach the point where the change is forced on you rather than you leading it, taking control of your future? I don't have to tell you about how cruel animal agriculture can be. You have heard it with your own ears. You've heard mothers and babies calling each other in desperation when forcefully separated. You've heard the screams that farmed animals produce when being slaughtered or on the way there. You've seen the deformities, the diseases, the pain. I know you have rationalized why you think these animals have to endure all this, but this does not mean that you do not see the suffering. You're not stupid. You know what is going on. You know that agriculture must change, and you and your fellow farmers are the ones who must change it. Nobody else can do that for you, and in the end, you will do it, as farming always has been about progressing and adapting, despite what those who look down on farmers think. If you are a farmer of animal-based agriculture, you will have to change. Transitioning toward plant, fungi, algae, or bacteria agriculture, as many have already done, and with great environmental, ethical, and even economic success. If you are a farmer of plant-based agriculture, you probably will have to change too. You will have to make your farming more sustainable and less damaging to the environment by making it more varied, more biodiversity-friendly, and less polluting. You can do that because agroforestry, permaculture, organic farming, and even regenerative veganic farming have been in existence for a long time, so you can learn from the farmers who have specialized in these fields and make your crops better for everyone. You know all this, and you know the world is looking at you with the hope you will do the right thing. You and your fellow farmers can indeed save us all. You are the key professionals to take us out of the mess humanity has created. Whether we drive electric cars or have more solar panels, in the end it will fall on you. In the end, the transformation away from animal agriculture is what will make the most significant difference because of the huge negative impact it has on the environment and other sentient beings. The rest will help, but agriculture is the key. You are the key. Farmers like you will make the biggest difference, and this is why I wanted to write this letter to appeal to your natural, progressive nature. I want you to know that vegans like myself don't see farmers as the enemies, but as the saviors, as the key components of the vegan world of the future where cruel oppression and mindless destruction will be abolished, as the feeders of the world who will grow all the plants, fungi, algae, and bacteria that will feed everyone, as the freers of the land for rewilding and recapturing CO2 so we can reverse the climate catastrophe. The author Daniel Quinn wrote in his book Ishmael that before farmers came along, humans could be called the leavers who left the world as they found it. Then they became the takers who ended up altering the planet to the point of collapse. Now, as rewilding expert Alan Watson Featherstone said, it's time to move forward and become the givers, returning stability and balance to nature and sentient life, including humanity. Please join us to become the givers. Please join our global movement. You and your fellow farmers can make the most difference in the world. Please help. You just listened to Dear Farmer, Part 2 by Jordi Casamitjana at VeganFTA.com. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. This is so beautiful. Farmers are so important. I've done a number of episodes on farmers, and I'll link over 15 in the show notes. But wherever you listen, you can use the search field and put the term farmers in there, and they should come up that way as well. I've done episodes on how difficult it is for farmers from a mental health perspective, the pressure financially, especially contract farmers who are just abused by the large corporations. And many of them are just underwater financially. They're essentially indentured servants. And the thought for them of probably getting out and switching to something else is just not even an option. But thankfully, there are organizations helping farmers transition. I will link some of these in the show notes as well, but there's organizations like Animal Outlook's Farm Transitions Program that provides a blueprint to help farmers transition to plant-based agriculture, including legal assistance, financial models, business planning, the Transformation Project, the Rancher Advocacy Program, the Agriculture Fairness Alliance, the Vegan Organic Network, Farm Transitions Australia, and there are resources like the Farmer Toolkit, an online hub developed by Miyoko's Creamery and Mercy for Animals, and Animal Outlook offering resources for farmers interested in transitioning. And the Rancher Advocacy Program has a Transition Hub toolkit as well with great information to help farmers. So those are great places for people to start. And again, I will link those in the show notes. So please share this episode with anyone who might benefit, and thanks for listening.